कोई नहीं आप we discussed and I
Very good afternoon, everyone. I warmly welcome each one of you. I'm Divya from UNDP, and today we have all come together for the launch of Youth Collab 23-24. So I can say that we are ending the week on a high note, or we are starting the weekend on a high note with launching this great program which we have jointly curated. I would firstly like to warmly welcome Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, Mission Director, Niti Aayog, Ms. Isabel Chan, Resident Representative, AI UNDP, distinguished guests and my dear colleagues from UNDP, Niti Aayog and City Foundation. Youth Collab, co-created in 2017 by UNDP Asia and the Pacific and City Foundation, is a multi-dimensional response to tackle the challenges young people face by positioning youth at front and center to find solutions today to most pressing problems. In India, Youth Collab was launched in 2019 by UNDP India in partnership with Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog, and has been going very, very strong since then. Without much wait, I would like to invite Ms. Isabel for her special address. Ms. Isabel has over 20 years of experience in international development. Prior to her assignment in India, she served as Deputy Resident Representative of UNDP Burkina Faso and as Governance and Peace Building Team Leader at UNDP Regional Hub for Europe and Central Asia in Istanbul. She has programmatic and policy experience across several areas, including gender equality, livelihood, social economic development, energy, environment, governance, and rule of law. Before joining UNDP, Isabel served as the assistant to the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture as Human Rights Officer for the UN Peacekeeping Operation in Burundi and as regional coordinator for Sub-Saharan Africa within the Swiss Federal Office for Migration. Isabel, over to you.
Thank you, Divya. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, the Mission Director for Niti Aayog, and distinguished guests and dear colleagues. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon, and I really think that we are ending the week on a very high note. Thanks for the introduction, Divya. Maybe we can add that I really like, and I really have in all the career, especially with UNDP, worked a lot with youth, and sometimes they count me as youth as well. I don't think that's possible anymore, but in spirit, definitely it is. So I'm really happy to be here, well, for the launch of the 6th edition of the Youth Collab, in collaboration with NITI and well also of the City Foundation. As you know, at the core of the Youth Collab lies a powerful mission, empowering the youth across Asia Pacific to accelerate the Sustainable Development Goals through leadership, social innovation, and entrepreneurship. Youth Collab is implemented in 25 countries and territories across Asia Pacific. It has supported over 1,700 youth-led social innovators since its inception in 2017. Launched in 2019, Youth Collab India, in partnership with the Atal Innovation Mission of NITI, has nurtured over 250 promising startups, helping them to refine ideas, cultivate strong networks, and realize their dreams. And I would add, contribute to development of this country and for those in the region of the region. The launch of this 6th edition is a testament to its success, to the success of the Youth Collab. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to Dr. Chintan and the Atal Innovation Mission team for their excellent collaboration and support. India, with its significant youth population, enjoys the advantage of a demographic dividend with nearly, and I think you all know, 40% of the population aged between 13 and 35. However, to unlock the innovative potential of our youth, we must create opportunities and appropriate support mechanisms. At UNDP, we are committed to enhancing youth access to opportunities in partnership with the government, the private sector, and civil society organizations. We provide comprehensive support to youth and women innovations through online and offline support services on business incubation, business acceleration, SDG-aligned impact measurement, and linkages with mentors, sector experts, and investors. Initiatives like the Investor Consortium with UN Women and the Women Entrepreneurship Platform of Niti Aayog, the Women Climate Champions in partnership with Renew and the IIT Delhi have empowered women entrepreneurs. More than 77% of them are in follow-up conversations with investors for funding and mentoring opportunities. As for today's launch, I believe it's a resounding step forwards towards all our efforts to leaving no one behind and inclusive entrepreneurship, and obviously the youth playing a key role to accelerate the SDGs, or accelerate towards the progress towards the achievement of the SDGs. As you might know, this year's call for application focuses on 3 themes. The first one is agriculture, fintech, and insurtech solutions, aiming to solve access to credit and insurance challenges for small and marginal farms. Second, innovative solutions addressing challenges faced by tribal and indigenous communities. I believe a very important element specifically for India. And third, the assistive technologies and solutions, services or products that supports in maintaining and improving an individual's functioning and independence. 50 youth-led startups from across India working on these themes will be supported and will benefit from the Springboard program, along with small seed funding for some of these startups. I would like to conclude by saying that Youth Collab puts the power in the hands of young people, giving them the tools and resources to solve today's most pressing challenges and playing an active role. I encourage young people across India to apply, to drive change, and to become role models for other young innovators and startups. My wishes go to you, young entrepreneurs, as you kick-start your transformative journey. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Isabel, and a very beautiful thing that you said, that power needs to be given in the youth hands, and very well said. Now I would like to invite Dr. Chintan Vaishnav to give his special address. Dr. Chintan Vaishnav is a socio-technologist and engineer trained to design and build large-scale systems that possess both human as well as technological complexities. Presently, he serves as the Mission Director of Atal Innovation Mission, a flagship initiative of the Government of India under Niti Aayog. Chintan sir is on leave from MIT for his present assignment. As a teacher, innovator, and as an entrepreneur, He has split his time between teaching and research at MIT and living and working with rural communities in India to build solutions that can overcome constraints fundamental to improving human conditions. Chintan sir has also chaired the Startup 20 engagement during India's G20 presidency. Over to you, sir.
Divya, thank you very much. Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
We can see.
fantastic. Well, great. Um, a big thank you to everybody over there. Sorry to not be there in person. I see my familiar grounds, the room 122, where you all have gathered. Thank you, Isabel, for your comments and commitment and excitement. Let me say, your timing couldn't have been better. I was very, very nervous. I just got off a very noisy bus. I don't know if you all have taken these bus journeys across India, but the private operators inflict a very noisy movie on you. And that was what was going on. I was nervous if I had to speak while that was running in the background, but it just ended as Isabel's speech ended. So here I am. Great to be here to see the launch of the sixth Youth Collab. Needless to say, how important the idea of youth is to India. 700 million people under 30 years of age, and 1 in 5 workers who will be Indian in the next 20 years to come. So this is a very large constituency for us, and the collaboration with UNDP has been very fervent. Also, I have to say that there is a very infectious energy in the Youth Collab. Over years that I have seen. So I am sure many of you whom we invite to come participate will really experience this energy. When I started to interact with Youth Collab, my first question to myself was that what is this forum doing that is not happening otherwise? And I think it is creating a space for young people, ambitious people, to come together and form friendships for the future of this world. I think that is clearly happening here. And so I hope many of you will take advantage of this opportunity. Let me say one more thing. The three themes, agriculture, tribal innovations, and assistive technologies, all three have advanced significantly over the past year in India. I hope you plug into those ecosystems as well as you take your ideas forward. Agriculture, in particular, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare is putting together this platform for promoting agri-specific startups, which Atal Innovation Mission is working with them on. So we're happy to, make the necessary linkages and so on. In terms of tribal innovations, you may be surprised to know that when we did Startup 20 under G20, at the summit meeting of Startup 20, one of the segments was on indigenous innovations, which was where 17 tribal chiefs showed up in their tribal attires. And so I think there's a very strong belief. There are 104 million people who represent some or the other tribe in India. And their knowledge is very, very important to preserve for innovations of the future. One of the beliefs that I myself have harbored as a hypothesis is that at least some of the major solutions to our sustainable development aspirations in the environment space and so on ought to come from these communities, because they know how to live with the environment much, much better than any of us who grew up in urban spaces at this moment do. So That's about the tribal innovations. The third piece, the assistive technologies, I believe that this space is about to really explode in terms of, many affordable and unique solutions that will be offered from India. We are building, for instance, India's first assistive tech incubator in Bangalore. And so again, that space is moving forward as well. So I think overall, this is going to be a very exciting journey forward. Once again, I am terribly sorry for not being there in person. I'm here for Vibrant Gujarat in Gujarat, that many of you know is one of the state level, once in 2 years, international event. So all the very best. We look forward to meeting you and uh, Godspeed ahead. Thank you.
Dr. Chintan, thanks a lot for those really, really inspiring words. And we know you've been very occupied there in Gujarat. So we are actually rather very happy that that we managed to connect and there was no technical glitch. Thank you so much again for emphasizing on the point of collaboration at local level and as well as looking into solutions coming from the communities themselves. Now, I would actually like to invite two of the innovators who have been a part of YCL cohort in the past and actually know from their own experience. First, I would like to invite Parul. Parul is the communication and outreach lead at Project Bala. Her journey from academia to the development sector has been extremely transformative and powerful in discovering her own purpose, and she's also helping community do the same. With a profound commitment to equity and a vision of an inclusive world, Parul's insight promised to inspire everyone today. Over to you, Parul.
Thank you so much, Divya. And when I look back at my journey with Youth Collab, I would say that it's been very heartwarming. It's also been very welcoming and accessible. I feel like the startup world is filled with so much jargon and it's very cool to know these words. But when you perhaps ask some people, they might not really know the meaning. So in that way, the entire cohort and the training and the skilling with Youth Collab, it was very gentle. And when I say welcoming and accessible, I mean that we were never made to feel smaller for perhaps not knowing these jargon words, but the experts would take out their time to explain everything from ground zero to us. Um, the expert sessions, they would break things down from something as small as perhaps how should you register your startup. We don't really have these discussions in other places, but we were able to start having these discussions in the lab in very easy to understand modules. The cohort itself was made with so many diverse startups from different parts of India, and while we were having training sessions with experts, we were also learning from each other. We were able to hear about first-hand experiences with people who are so passionate to bring about change from different parts of the country and what specific problems that they might be experiencing from different geographies, demographics, things like that. Um, and of course, I think the biggest thing I really appreciated from the lab was that there was never any sense of unhealthy competitiveness, I would say. We were always encouraging each other. Why don't you try this avenue? Hey, maybe your logo is not looking the best. Maybe you should try these colors. I think we knew that we are in the startup space, but we also knew that we were all coming from a place where we want to make something and we all want to achieve very similar goals. So giving each other this kind of feedback and this kind of peer review, peer-to-peer work, we would sort of be able to work together towards building this sort of inclusive community we're all envisioning at the same time. And even right now, when the collab is over and we're alumni in that sense, our groups are active, and when someone shares a milestone that they've hit or a goal that they've achieved, it feels like we've all won together, and I think that's a really nice feeling to have beyond the economics and the business aspects of the startup world. I do know it's National Youth Day, and it's such a nice day to share my experiences with a youth collab, and I will end with this that not everyone is willing to take the risk on youth. And I think it is from the bottom of my heart, and I will say it on the behalf of my cohort as well, to UNDP Youth Collab, Niti Aayog, and City Foundation for taking that leap of faith on us, where you were young, we're brimming with ideas, with determination and passion. But we do require, resources, expertise, guidance, mentors to actually channel all of that passion into something that is sustainable, impactful, and also data-backed and data-oriented. So I'm so happy to have been part of the lab, and I'm actually very excited to see what the next cohort achieves. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Parul. That was really beautiful. Now I would like to invite Rishabh. He's an entrepreneur, Force in Sustainability and Future Tech, and he's also the founder of Dump and Bin. His electronics engineering background, coupled with a fresh perspective, has driven his startup through challenges, showcasing remarkable initiative and resilience. Over to you, Rishabh.
Thank you. Firstly, I would like to thank UNDP, Atal Innovation Mission, and City Foundation for giving us opportunity to not only be part of the program but also to share the experience that we had throughout the 3 months that we were part. The program is very uniquely placed wherein you don't only have mentors coming in and lecturing you, but rather they are more like your peers and giving you advices on a very personal level, trying to understand each and every aspect of the problem that you're facing and providing you a very personalized solution to it. Also, the same thing that Parul mentioned, the collaborative nature and spirit of the program cohort members is very unique to any of the programs that I've been part of. People are not into a competitive spirit, but into a collaborative spirit to a much larger goal of solving the sustainable development goals and making a bright future which is powered by youth. For us personally, within the last 1 year, we have reached from being able to recycle 40 tons a month to 400 tons a month, about to reach that. So altogether, this has been a really interesting journey, and to the upcoming cohort, I would just like to give you a quick hint. The best thing would be to be as engaging as possible to gain as much of things as possible from the cohort. Rest of all, thank you.
Thank you, Rishabh and Parul, both once again for your really positive feedback. That really inspires us for the work that we do. Before I invite Rohit from Niti Aayog, I would just like to remind people who are also on YouTube. You could post your questions in the chat. I assume there are some young people and other innovators there, and our team will be simultaneously answering those questions as well. Now, without much wait for the closing remarks, as well as addressing everyone, I would like to invite Mr. Rohit Gupta. He's the Program Director with Atal Innovation Mission. Thanks a lot, Rohit. Over to you.
Thank you, Bharat.
Launch
sorry. Yeah.
You are in a rush to close, huh?
Yeah.
Friday evening.
Before I invite Rohit, Isabel would request you to. So I would just request Isabel and Rohit both to press the button together and.
1, 2, 3.
All right, Rohit, your turn.
Now you can close.
I'm sure
Rohit,
everyone is in a hurry.
Rohit, this is Chintan.
Yes, sir.
Online, we could only see the very last second of the video. Until then, there was only the computer screen if you want to replay it because it's a short video.
you, everyone. Youth Collab, co-created in 2017 by UNDP Asia and Pacific and City Foundation, is a multi-dimensional and multi-level response to tackle the challenges young people face by positioning youth front and center to find solutions to today's most pressing problems. Youth Collab was launched in India in 2019 by UNDP and Atal Innovation Mission. The focus of the portfolio that has been created till now has primarily been on women and youth from marginalized communities across the country. It takes into consideration that women face barriers in participating in India's workforce. Youth Collab has been implemented in 25 countries. Throughout the years, the initiative has reached over 2 lakh participants, benefited over 11,000 young social entrepreneurs, and helped launch or improve over 1240 social enterprises. Through this collaboration with Atal Innovation Mission, Youth Collab India has conducted 4 national themed specific youth social innovation and entrepreneurship challenges, including several forms of engagement such as panels, workshop dialogues, and webinars. Last year, there were 12 winners who were unique in their own ways. This year, we look forward to amazing social entrepreneurs pitching their ideas. This time, if you see the themes which have been mentioned by Isabel and Dr. Chintan, they are very unique in their own right. AIM, through its various programs over the years, has already touched upon all these 3 sectors till now. So, be it assistive technology, which Dr. Chintan just mentioned, we are establishing one of the first India's dedicated assistive technology incubation centers in Bangalore. And there has already been one really good incubation centers in this domain called AMTZ Medi Valley, who has worked quite a lot in this particular domain. In addition, we have over a dozen agri-focused incubators in India. And the whole objective of ACIC program is to support the local communities in tribal innovations. We really value our partnership with UNDP since it not only brings a multilateral perspective, rather we also mutually share a unique passion towards making the grassroots ecosystem robust and inclusive with every action. We have another very exciting launch that we are announcing today. The next cohort of Community Innovator Fellowship is being launched, a program which has seen tremendous interest from innovators from rural India. We will be posting a link for the same in the chat window. The Community Innovator Fellowship Program is an initiative of Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog to facilitate knowledge building and provide infrastructure support to aspiring community innovators essential for their entrepreneurship journey. This is a 1-year-long intensive fellowship program wherein an aspiring community innovator can apply irrespective of their socio-economic background. During the course of this fellowship, each fellow would be hosted at an Atal Community Innovation Center. We have 14 of those across the country. And this would also lead to them acquiring SDG awareness, entrepreneurial skills, and life skills while working on his or her idea. Currently, we have over 40 community innovator fellows, and there is a fellowship grant to be won of up to rupees 2 lakhs, while the community innovator fellows get their fellowship. So if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, please go to the link and apply for the fellowship. At the end, I feel very honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion on behalf of Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog. I would like to thank all the honorable members, colleagues and friends, and overall, the 2 extremely bright entrepreneurs who have joined us here today. I am also very much thankful to Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, Mission Director AIM and Chair Startup 20, and Ms. Isabel, Resident Representative UNDP. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance to support to shape the event. I can't thank Mr. Amit Kumar, Head Sustainable and Inclusive Growth, UNDP, and Ms. Rosita Singh, Head Solutions Mapping, UNDP, under whose guidance we have been able to work on multiple projects with UNDP, like Youth Collab, Movers Workshop, and Climate Hub Entrepreneurship. I'm also very thankful to Mr. Chiranjeev Bhattacharya and Ms. Aarti Dayal, the 2 national program managers and UNDP who have graced us with their presence today. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated members from UNDP under the able leadership of Ms. Divya Jain. I cannot thank everyone enough, especially to Molly from UNDP and Vitasta and Priyesh from AIM for the involvement they have shown and willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond their usual roles and responsibilities. I am very thankful to City Foundation. Youth Collab launch in Southeast Asia was only made possible because of their support. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my counterparts, Dipali Upadhyay, Pramit Dash, and Himanshu Joshi, whose constant support has helped me personally and my team to accomplish this task. If time is money, then today you all have spent millions for us. Thanks to all of you for making this event successful. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Thanks a lot. दिव्या ऑनलाइन क्लोज करवाना है तो बता देना लोगों को